Hey, we are here. Good evening. Happy Sunday evening, morning, afternoon, something like that. 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time here on DWIT 3D Canada. Welcome everybody who is on. I see 12 people with the eyeball up above on the screen, but I only see 2 people commenting so far. It's the apprentice. I am here, and Dan, Maker Mind Nexus. Dan, how are you? Good to see you too, my friend. Good to see you. AZ Cowboy 1 is here. He says, hey, hey, hey. Cliff D is here. He says, A. Don't know if you saw this. Don't know if you saw that. In case you thought you were seeing things, look. We're actually printing a, whatchamacallit calibration right here. I forget the name of these things, my goodness. That is called an extrusion multiplier calibration that we're running right now. And I believe that's called an extrusion calibration. No, this is called the pressure advanced linear advanced calibration we're running right now. So watching while you work. Good job, Russ. And good to hear from you all week, Russ. That's great. I appreciate all your input on our upcoming project. Listen, I said the name of this stream was let's see if we can fix Barbie's thermostat, but you know what? Barbie's thermostat is fixed, and she's actually been printing. Look, albeit crappy prints. There's, oh, I can see it better with my shirt in the way. There's Barbie printed, and the first thing we printed on Barbie was just whatever I had loaded, which was a block here. And now she is printing the pressure advanced test. I keep wanting to say extrusion multiplier test, but it's the pressure advanced test. So you can see she is printing really well. It takes forever to do oh man, there's noise above. Sorry, there's people upstairs moving in and out and around and about. So we're going to have a little bit of noise on the stream today, but takes forever to do the Z-tilt adjustment, but it's okay. It's working. That I've got that little probe inside, the poke probe, to kind of be working on a more consistent basis right now. So Joseph Carver is here, and Zenbender, don't mind me also listening in while removing the trunk floor of your 65 volts 442. Well, that's okay. You go ahead and listen in. But the exciting news is we have Barbie printing. And we're just doing a couple tests on her here now. I'm going to see which one of these linear pressure advanced / linear advanced settings we're going to use. And then I'm going to reprint the Barbie logo. And then I think we're going to then just talk about our next upcoming thing on DWIT, which is building a Wall-E robot. And for anybody that wants to build along, you're more than welcome to build along. I know there's a couple people out there that would like to. I found a free download of a Wall-E robot with really well written and well explained instructions for the assembly as far as the parts list, the bill of materials, what you'll need to print, what you need to buy if you don't have it, and feel free and welcome to build along on this series that we're going to be doing. So we're going to let this pressure advanced test finish, and we're going to pick our best pressure advanced setting. We'll set it in, and we'll reprint this little Barbie logo once more. This girl right here in pink. The dot on the eye is missing because I didn't join it. But we'll reprint Barbie's name one more time, and we'll see if we get a little better results than we got with this particular one, and we'll show you the close-up difference between the two. We are printing with the Panchroma. It's called Matte Lotus Pink Panchroma filament. As you guys all mentioned before, it is appropriate that we print the first prints on Barbie in pink because Barbie is pink. So I'm going to grab a drink of a beverage here. Does it have an electronics kit? There are electronics, and there is a BOM for the electronics. Yes, I will show. I'll probably be about 15, 20, 25 minutes or so from now when we finish off with Barbie here. I'll show you the link on printables for the Wall-E robot, and we'll just do a quick preview over of the assembly video, which I'm going to actually do screen captures of because there's no actual, there's no actual PDF document or anything explaining it, but there is the video has all the assembly instructions and the bill of materials. And I'm going to try and break that out and make a PDF document for anybody that wants to build along. And I'll make that PDF document accessible. But of course, we're always going to credit the author of this build, which we will see when we go look at it on printables. And we are done. The pressure advance pattern is done, and I mean, she's printing pretty cool. So let's get the close-up camera out here, and I'll show you. First thing I'll show you, we already did the E-step calibration, I guess, if you want to call that. It's called something different on the clipper, but I call it the E-step calibration. And that's basically where we go ahead and I use my little tool here that I made up, and we go ahead on Barbie and we put that down to the hot end, and we go up and we mark off 100 millimeters on the filament, mark off 120 millimeters on the filament, and then we make sure that she's extruding 100 millimeters. She was only extruding 99, a little bit rotational distance. That's right. You're right, Dan. It's called rotational distance in Clipper. I still call it E-step calibration, which is the old way on the bed slingers with what's that other one called? I have not used that other software. Marlin E-step calibration. But yeah, you're right. We adjust the rotational distance. So mine was only extruding 99 millimeters of filament. I did that little calculation where you take your 100 divided by 99, and it gave me a 0.99 something number. I took my original rotation distance, which was 22.6 numbers, and I took that, multiplied it by 0.99, whatever that number was, and it came out to a 22 point other number, and it's extruding much better now. Very tiny little numbers make a huge difference in how much filament does come out. It's incredible how much a 0.03 of a rotational distance is a difference that's going to make in pushing your filament out. But that said, if I cut over to this camera, and let's see, is this going to focus? It is going to focus for me. So here we have our, this is going to be upside down too. There we go. So there we have our pressure advance test. So in this test, what we're looking for, if I can find my little pointer here, is we're looking for the best, let's get this in the frame. We're looking for the best square corner, basically. We're looking at the middle here to where the best square corner is. So we can see down at the bottom, it's pretty rounded off, and they stay sort of rounded up until about, they start getting nice and square in around here. I'm looking at even this one, and I'm even looking up right about here. Somewhere in between these three right here is what I'm looking at. Then I just slide up, and I'm doing this on the camera, so it's really hard to make my hand go the way I want it to. And that is basically saying it's 0.03, 1.03. No, that's a 0. Yeah, that's a 0.03 for linear advance is what I'm looking. Hey, Jerry, how are you, sir? Long time no see since yesterday. So yeah, if I'm looking at, so I was looking at the 0.0, it's easier with my finger if I run my finger down to 0.03. So I'm going to look, let's just turn this camera this way so it's a lot easier for me to hold and show at the same time. There we go. So I'm thinking, if I'm looking at this, without looking at the camera, I'm looking at one of these, even this one right here, which is between 0.04 and 0.05. So 0.045, I think, is going to be a good number. Right on this one right here. Yeah, because then you see we start getting bulging on the ends here. And then when the bulging slows down, then we start getting more square. So if I go 0.045, which was this one, and as we go down further, we're getting more and more rounding off of the corners. So I'm going to go to 0.045. This guy right here. That one right there. And use that for my number. Kit says, and hello Kit. Kit says rotational distance added options to define variables like the size, AA2 count of pulleys, and used ratios for gear combos. Cool. Seems to be a good number. 0.005, 0.045. I'm going to write that number down because I will forget by the time I get into my config file. So let's just go ahead and come back to this camera. I'm digging my pen out of my pocket. There we go. 0.045. Let's see what we're set at right now. Let's move this camera out of the way a little bit here for now. Let's go into the, let's go ahead, share the screen here, and let's go into, this is Ellis Print Tuning Guide, which is what I'm using. Let's go ahead and go into the printer config. under the extruder section and see what my, let's see where we're at right now. Hang on, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, I forget the exact spot I'm looking for. I'm looking for the, there's just so much of this. So this is the pattern I printed, and this is basically straight off the Ellis tuning guide. So I'm looking for my linear advanced setting. And my linear advanced setting in Clipper, what's that called again, guys? Dan, you know this. I just haven't been in here in a while to change my linear advanced setting. Oh, there we are. I want to go to set pressure advance. There we go. Set pressure advance. Okay. So set pressure advance should be in the extruder section. I don't see it in the extruder section unless it is commented out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find, and I'm going to look for the word pressure. Oops, if I spell it right, it helps. Oh, there we go. I see it right away, and it is commented out. So pressure advance right here. Okay, so we're going to uncomment pressure advance, and we're going to use pressure advance, and I said 0.045. 0.0. Oops. 45. And we're going to save and restart on this. There we go. I know it was right there in front of me. It was. Keep this bed heated up to 50 because that takes a little while to heat up. Actually 55. What I had the bed going at. That's what takes the longest to heat up to get a print going. And this is the bed because it is not a an AC. It's not a. I don't have a separate bed heat controller in this. So now that we've set the pressure advance, we have the rotational distance set properly. I just want to go ahead and print. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can go into this Ellis tuning guide and do. I just don't want to take all the time tonight to do that. Like we have pressure advance, we've done that. First layer squish is already taken care of. Build surface preparation, not a worry on there. Extrusion multiplier is basically almost similar to extruder calibration, except that is particular. Extrusion multiplier is basically specific to each filament. Cooling in rare times, retraction, we're not going to worry about. Infill, perimeter, overlap. There's a lot of different things, but the main things I like to get tuned to begin with are the extruder calibration and the pressure advance, and of course the first layer squish, which seems to be working pretty good right now. So I'm going to go back through in here, and I'm going to take this Barbie word mark, and we're going to print the Barbie word mark again. And we're going to see how it looks compared to this Barbie word mark. Now, in the meantime, while this is heating up, let's have a look at the two prints that I have done on the Barbie already, just to give you guys an idea of what it's looking like. So this just happened to be a, this is the electrical outlet holder part on the Tri-Zero. And you can see that it's not the best print. You can see we have a lot of banding in the Z here. Now, some of this could be too because my belts need proper tensioning too. I haven't looked at the belts a lot. As a matter of fact, I might tension them just slightly tighter before this print we're going to start now starts, because there's a lot of Z banding going on that. My top, that's my bottom layer here. My top layers weren't the best, and I think that has a lot to do with my all my filament calibration settings. Okay, and then on the Barbie, Barbie's bottom layer. Oh, come on, Barbie, focus. There she goes. Her bottom layer wasn't the best. I needed more squish, which I knew I would. So we have adjusted the squish that we are going to need for our Z offset. And then as far as her overall print, she's really small. You can't really tell, but there is some Z banding happening there. And again, we have a terrible top layer on Barbie. So we're going to see if that helps now that we've got some filament calibration set in there. Read Kit's comment. Don't forget to uncomment smooth time. Oh, really? Do I have to let's see, was that under the extrude as well? And maybe that's why I had such a crappy first layer. Where was smooth time? Let's see. I didn't even see that. Thank you for pointing that out, Jerry. Let's go back over to this. So there was a pressure advance smooth time. Oh, okay, here we go. So I'll restart this print because we're gonna have to actually save and close. Oh, that didn't require a restart? That's surprising, or did I just miss the... I didn't change that. Oh, that didn't require a restart, but I think I'm just going to have to, once my print's starting, I'll just cancel the print, we'll restart it, but we'll keep things heated up here. Okay. No, let's stop you right in your boots here. We're just going to stop the print right in its boots here because I don't want it to take a whole ton of time here. Okay. And boot her up again here. And yeah, I know. Restart. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's get the beds. Continue heating up. And we will, let's have a quick peek before we start this up again. Yeah, it won't. That's why I did an emergency stop. And I know it's not the best thing to do, but it stopped. I just want to check the belt tensions really quick here. I think these could be a little tighter. The belts, I do have a belt tensioning tool to get equal tension on both belts, but I can pretty much tell by feel. And I've never actually used a belt tensioning tool before, so I'm not going to start at this moment, but let's just go ahead and tension these two, the X and Y belts just a little bit. And that's just accomplished by, man, I need my other set here with the ball ends on them. What are we looking at? A 2mm. It's my dark green. Here we go. Okay. So we just loosen the 4 motor screws slightly. And we turn our tensioner, and let's just see, this is the top. Am I loosening these two? Oh, I think I got to loosen these two as well. Yes, I do. Okay. And that's the top one. It's a little better. We'll snug these down. It was all kit. Yeah, but you pointed it out. Here we go. That was the B motor. Or was that the A motor? I always get the two mixed up. Now we'll just tension this one a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. They were definitely too loose, which we'll explain. So some of that Z-banding. So let's just see how this works. I'm not into tuning as fine as a lot of folks are, where they actually have an actual, I don't know, it's like it tests the sound or something the belt gives for doing tension or something like that. I don't know. Big Bad Joe, you're not late. You're not late, I'm early. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and start that print again. And print. There we go. Now that we have those two things taken care of. Now you'll see what I mean by the probe seems to be working okay, but it's gonna take a few rounds. Now, the only other thing that I'm gonna change in the startup G code, startup macro, was that an ant on Barbie? Weird. The only other thing I'm going to change is I don't want it to probe when the nozzle's at full temperature. I want it to probe when the nozzle's down to about 150, so we don't get any seepage, because I have a feeling some of the filament seepage that's happening when the nozzle's at full temperature is causing the probe to not probe as accurately as it should be. So we're gonna fix that after the fact. But just the fact that we have it actually printing when we struggled a fair bit to get her printing. Yeah, Barbie's ant. Ah, good one. And I think it was a piece of fluff, but it was a piece of fluff that looked like a little wee ant. We don't usually have ants in the house here, so not this time of year. But to the frequency of that sound, just how much tension in the belt. So in other words, you play a tune. I'm a Barbie girl in a... Oh, no, okay. You don't want to hear me singing. It's the last thing you want to hear. This is the last thing you want to hear. Meantime, I'm going to get that printables window open up. And I'm going to find the droid we're going to do. I want to, I may as well log in. There we go. Here we go. Just going to get some of this snot drainage leaked out of there, pick off. That's the only thing I don't like. But we have to fix that in the startup macro, in the starting macro, so that there's no, there we go. So go ahead and we're going to let that do its Z offset or its, I'm having such a night. But we're going to let that do its Z tilt adjustment here. So wall E, come on, search feature, wall. No, not walkie, wall E. Not wall 3. Oh my goodness. I can't type tonight, people. Wall E, there he is right there. And I think that's the one. Wall E by Mr. Prince. And is this the one with the instructional video? It is. Okay, so that's the one we're going to do. We get that ready. Spoil yourself and get a tension meter. Then West 3D cells. You can buy a kit or pre-made unit. Oh, you kind of mean like, do you mean something like, would you be saying something like, I'm just going shopping in the store here. I have, you should see the shelf I have back here. Here, before I have a shelf back here, because I finally put a shelf underneath this thing. And it's kind of like, oh, if I got to zoom out. But look, there's my spare parts shelf now under here, under my bench. So if I need it, it's there. But you're probably talking about something like that. A belt, high precision belt tension tool. It's called the Belter. I got a couple of these. These are Big Tree Tech. From BQ BTT belt tensioner. I haven't opened them yet. I know I should, and then I can tension the belts properly, etc. But so much to do, so little time. Okay, so we're still doing the. Oh, hang on, let me pick these snots off the bed here. I just don't want this to time out on me. We're still doing the Z tilt. And it's going to go around a few times. Here, let me go ahead and cut to this camera and we'll watch it doing a Z tilt. See how it's spewing out the filament there? Like that's going to be affecting it. And I think that's why it's taking so long. And I'm trying to pick it off as it goes around because it's less and less. But I really need to get this so that it does this at a lower temperature. I will provide a link to the Wall-E download, Big Bad Joe. Yes. As soon as this print starts. Oh, that may be tomorrow. No. And I know touching this isn't good while it's trying to do the Z tilt adjust, but we're going to get a good reading here shortly. It goes around about 9 times before it'll actually say, okay, we're good to go. So let's see how close we're getting. Oh, we're getting close now. There we go. Will this be the one? Nope. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, that's it. 0.006 tolerance. So now we're going to start printing. Yay! Look at all this stuff. We're going to start printing. Watch. Print our Barbie. So we got a skirt to go because I always do a skirt so that we can get the filament flowing, and then I can always just double check and test the my squish, which is fine right now. I'm a little too close to this side of the bed, but that's okay. That's my my setting up in the slicer that I screwed up. But we're going to print Barbie, Barbie's name again, and we're going to see how good she looks compared to before. Yay! It's printing. Okay, while she's printing, here I'll give you a little close-up look of the print here. We'll go to this camera, and there she goes. As I say, I'm too close to that side of the bed, but that's okay. I can still get Barbie on there. But there we go. Barbie is printing. She is printing. It took a long time to get to this point, but I'm excited. And I didn't give up. That was the main thing, is you can never give up. Her first layer looks much better than the one did yesterday. There we go. Stick around, guys, the end of this stream. We're going to be doing a Polymaker filament giveaway as usual. I'm not going to forget this time. I won't need to be reminded. I will remember. One small step for man, one huge leap for Barbie. Yeah, you got that, Stephen, for sure. Okay, in the meantime and in between time, let me put the link for Wally that we're going to do. She is from Printables, or he is from Printables. I guess Wally's a he. And I'm going to throw that link up here in chat. If you guys want to go have a look at it, anybody's interested in building along, welcome. And anybody that does build along will probably, if you have the ability and you would like to, we'll probably bring you on stream on some of the live streams. So it'd be kind of fun, I think. I think it's going to be a fun series. But there's a link to the Wally on Printables. And if you scroll down, so let's go ahead and share the screen here. If you scroll down on it, it gives you a description and all that. This is Mr. Prince is who this one is by. There's a lot of different views of this. He's done a great job painting it. I've seen some people build them that didn't paint it. And then if you scroll down a little bit right here, we have the assembly instructions. Now, the assembly instructions for this are really well done, I believe. So if we zip through these, so basically how he's doing it is he's showing the printed parts. First of all, oh man, there we are. So there we go. So it shows the printed parts, arm assembly, repeat times 2, because there's 2 arms. And there's all your parts, and there's how they all go together in the assembly. And he will have spots where he suggests where you put glue, etc., etc. So we have that. Okay, then so we do that twice because there's 2 arms, and you're going to finish that particular assembly like so. And then you're going to have your head assembly, and these are the pieces that you're going to print for the head. And again, I'd like to get all this done in a PDF format so that you don't have to follow along and be pausing a video all the time. Although for the assembly, watching the video like this is perfect because he's showing you where all the hardware, et cetera, goes. So we'll move right down along the line here. This is for the tracks, for Wally's tracks, how to assemble the tracks, and there's which pieces to print goes on there. And you keep going along, and he shows you different angles and views of the assemblies and how the tracks go on. It's pretty, I think it's very well detailed. See, he says glue wheels onto axis, so he tells you where to glue what onto. Some of the things I don't agree with gluing on, but you know, it is what it is for a first build. And then you have the finished tracks assembled, blah, blah, blah. Then you're adding the body to the track. You have your body assembly. And then we're going to get down here towards the end, and there is going to be a time, and during the assembly he's talking about where to insert servo motors and so forth. So, and where did I see, So anyways, that's basically the assembly video, where he's telling you how to assemble everything. And then if we move further down, then we have some detailed diagrams of the electronics and what goes where and where the wires go. So this one, he's using a servo controller. This is this is sort of a different kind of servo controller. If I'm not mistaken, this is going to be controlled through your phone, through your smartphone, so that you don't have to buy one of those big remote controls and program that remote controller, I believe. And so we have an Arduino Uno here, then we have our servos, and then we have our batteries and our motors and a buck converter. So, and it looks like everything is going to be controlled through a smartphone. So I'm going to do a little bit further investigating into this. But yeah, I think this is actually quite detailed in how to do everything and how to hook everything up and all the electronics. And here's Wally running. Oops, sorry. Here we go. And I also believe there's an option in this one to put cameras in his eyes, if I'm not mistaken. But again, you can do any modifications as you go along that you want to do. Yeah, there he is controlling it with an iPad or a notebook or whatever you want to call those things. I don't have any sound on this, but you get the idea. Well, he's really cute. He's not overly big. I think he's a great first project, and I think all the parts could fit on a bamboo P1P size printer. I bet a lot of these parts could even fit on an A1 Mini, which is what I'm going to try and print some of them on. But look at it. We got head movement. We got eye movement. Pretty cool. So this is what we're going to be looking at. And I'm open to feedback. If anybody has any feedback, you want to do something different. There was a couple different ones. I'm pretty sure Michael Badley has a Wally as well. I don't know if his would be any different, any better. So, but I think that for a free model, for a free download, I think that's great. And there's great instructions in there. And if there is any struggles along the way, I have no problem in emailing, contacting the author of that, the creator of that, and letting him know that we're doing a build series and asking him those questions. And, as far as this community goes, I'm sure he would respond positively, because I'm sure he'd really enjoy hearing that there's a group of people building his model. That's a tablet, Jerry. I know. I call them iPads, but you get the generic term is tablet, I guess. Yeah. But I'd like to, should be able to run it on the phone as well. You have an F1, Russ? Man, that's nice. Mine's an S1. I'd love to get a fiber laser. There's a huge difference in price between an S1 and an F1, and it just couldn't be justified at this moment in time. But eventually, when the money's there, and and I'm able to do it, I'd love to get a fiber laser for sure, because you can do so much more with a fiber laser. So that's the model we're looking at doing. Barbie's printing really good so far. Let's have a peek at her. Whoa! And kaboom. Here she comes. Just a walking down the street singing Barbie. Yeah, you guys don't want to hear me singing. So she's looking good. I'm just curious to see how the top layer looks now that we did a little bit of filament tuning on her. And right now, all I have for filament is I'm using my Prusa Mini filament wheels, and I'm running on Panchrome. As I said, the matte load is pink. It's upside down, but you can get the idea. And it's just running over top and down and into the hot end, nothing special, and it's working fine. I cleaned up the wiring a little bit. I'll probably put some tubing or something around that wiring. Right now, it's just hanging off of a zip tie to keep out of the way, but it's working. The main thing is it's working, right? I wasn't after winning a fashion contest for this printer, although Barbie is all about fashion, but I was just after having a working Tri-Zero printer, because it was a really big challenge for me to do the Tri-Zero. And then we also have the, I always forget the name of the box, but we have the tall box on it, Box Zero. I think it's called a Box Zero. But we have the tall box on it, and overall, it's a pretty nice looking finished printer. But we still do have some fans to put in down here for keeping the hot end. We have We have to decide on putting a display or not in here. And on the other side over here, there's going to be another fan down at the bottom. And yeah, there's a few, I guess, minor finishing touches to go on her, which I will do, but don't necessarily want to do on live streams anymore. But I'll keep you updated as I do those different modifications to her. So yeah, but she is printing really nice now. So if I go ahead and do that and go like this, we can keep an eye on her as she finishes this print. I think there's only a couple minutes left, and we're going to see if it does a better top layer now that we've adjusted that, set up that smoothing adjustment. That man, oh man, I'm terrible with these names. But anyways, now that we've done the filament tuning and some calibration, it should look better. Should look much better. I agree, Big Bad Joe. That is a great model. So anybody that wants to follow along, go ahead and do it. And we're going to start. I'm going to start printing the parts for the Wally this week. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do it in. I'm likely going to do things like the drive gears and so forth, and the Fiberon, and the Polymaker Fiberon material. If I have enough, I'm just hoping I do, because I only have ½ kilogram rolls and we can't get it in Canada yet. But most of the main body of Wally I'm going to do in, I'm going to use all Polymaker, and I'm going to use as much of the Panchroma colors as I can, even if it's not a true Wally kit, Wally colors. I don't care. Info for those curious about the Tri-Zero that Tim has built. Oh, okay, there we go. Thanks so much, Kit. I appreciate that. I should have put a link there in the description of this video, but yeah, GitHub. If you just do a Google search for Tri-Zero GitHub, it's all there. And I think the other belts I could probably use tensioning. I think my Z belts could probably use a little bit of tensioning. Now that's pretty simple. There's just a screw right here, an M3 screw here, and all I got to do is tighten that. A quarter turn gives some pretty good tension on the Z belts, and that's the same on that. And on the back one, I'll show you on the back as far as adjusting the tension on the rear Z belt. If I switch back over to this camera, you can see right here, the rear Z belt, you can see this little block right here. That's where the belt comes around. So really for the rear, I just have to basically tighten this screw right here, or this bolt right here, and then that's going to pull tension up on that middle back Z belt for that one. So they're really easy to adjust the Z's. It's this one here on both sides, and then that back one there. And the AB motors are a little more complicated because you have to loosen the 4 stepper motor screws, and then you turn these handles, which basically pulls the motors tighter along the belts. And that's how you adjust the A and B belts on this to get you your belt tension. So, yeah. Okay, it looks like we're working on the top layers for Barbie. So here we go on the top layers. Some of the parts reference UK vendors. It would be nice if you could get everything from Amazon. I'm going to have a look at that, Russ, and see. I'm going to look and see exactly what they are and see if there are any Amazon sources or any other. I know there's some US and Canadians here, mostly US and probably a few European, but that's the hardest part that I found about the other droids too, is sourcing the proper parts. I actually had to source some parts off eBay as well. I think the issue with this is we're just going a bit too fast for the very top layer too. And that's just simply a slicer setting. But she's finishing here, but I do believe the top layer does look a little better anyways than the first one we ran. Let's see if it slows down on the top. I don't think it's going to. So she's almost done. We'll have a look at that when it comes off. Let's cut to this camera. Barbie has no toolhead PCB. No. We opted not to go with that for this right now, just because of the why didn't I go with the toolhead PCB? I don't know why I didn't, but I do. I can put one on, or I do have a Big Tree Tech one sitting here, but maybe eventually she will. Maybe eventually she will. But I just made it sort of simple for simple-minded folk like myself, so that all I do is unplug some wires on the tool head, and the tool head's free from all the wiring connections. So box 0 is correct. Cool. Okay, yeah. So she's almost done. We did slow down a little bit for the top layers, but still not looking the best on the top layers. But again, I think that's a slicer setting in my end. Still a bit quick for me anyways for the top layer, if that is in fact the last layer. But basically all it needs is some tuning now, some tuning and tweaking, and she's good to go. What do I have? What is the toolhead PCB I do have? It is a too many things here. No, these are all steppers. Somewhere I do have a PCB for the toolhead on that. Yeah, her top layer is just too fast. So here we go. Oh, wrong way. I focus. There's the Barbie print we just did. If I bring it in on this other camera, you'll see we still have a ugly looking top layer, but that, again, that's just a matter of tuning, and I think I need to slow that down in my slicer on the top layer. But she printed just nicely. All that aside, let's check out the bottom layer of her. Let's check out Barbie's bottom. Yeah, that's a much better first layer than the first Barbie. It's hard to see with the pink in the camera. And then as far as Z-bending goes, yeah, my belts still need a little bit of, you can kind of see it's hard to tell in there, but there is still a little bit of Z-bending going on. Not too bad, not too much, but I really need to print a proper calibration cube or something to decide exactly what I want to adjust. But I'll be going through more and more of the LS tuning guide to get her tuned up as we go along. But the main goal in the last couple of weeks was, with all the issues that you saw we had with the probes and everything, with the poke probe, was just to get the print going. And now that it is printing, all it takes is some adjustment, fine tuning, and calibration to get really good looking prints. And I will get really good looking prints off her eventually. If I compare these two, they're very similar. Matter of fact, I think the first Barbie had a better looking, had less noise in the Z than the second one did. So maybe I tensioned the belts too tight. It's possible, or they're not even. But as I say, my Z belts do need a bit of tightening. They're a little bit, these are a little bit loose, more loose than I think they should be. So that, especially the back one. The back one's really loose. So I do need to tighten that for sure. So let's unlock that, move this forward, and just while I think about doing it, I'm just going to tighten that back one. Because that's probably, this back Z belt is probably about half the tension of the front one. So yeah, that has not been adjusted yet. Oh, there we go. Much better. That could account definitely for some of this noise in the Z that I'm seeing here. If these three Z's are not relatively evenly tensioned. So, and I know you're going to hear a lot of noise, but there's a lot of stuff going on upstairs right now, but that's okay. And forgive me for that noise. It's just today only. I'm just going to tighten these Z's a little bit. I wonder if I should print this once more with these belts tightened and see. Let's just see. Am I going the right way here? Let's see. No, I think I went the wrong way. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, I went the right way. And a little more. That one's pretty good. Back one. Okay, and then just this one needs a little snug. A little more snugging. That's better. I'm just using my caliber fingers to test the tension and make sure that we have even tension on all three. I could just break out that tool, but that'd be too easy. Right? Right. Okay. And again, thank you so much, Kit, for putting that there. So yeah, follow that link that Kit put up there if you're interested at all in looking at this Tri-Zero and what was involved in it, and the Tri-Zero with the Box Zero. And you can also look up GitHub Box Zero, and that's two separate GitHubs. And basically what we did is instead of just doing a Tri-Zero update, we did a Tri-Zero and a Box Zero update. And there was no specific instructions for either one as far as like a manual going page to page. It's your 0.10.2 build with the changes for the Tri-Zero, and then it's your 0.10.2 build with the changes for the Box Zero. And so we combined the two, so we ended up looking at a lot of just CAD drawings for where the parts went and which parts needed printing, because some of the stuff for the Tri-Zero didn't work on the Box Zeros, and some of the stuff on the Box Zero didn't work on the Zero, so you kind of had to mesh all three together. So there's a Tri-Zero channel in the printers for ants section in the Doom Cube Discord. Oh, cool. But yeah, so I got to throw our the dot from Barbie's eyes away, because the dots didn't stay on. But we're going to hang on to these as first Barbie prints. And I'm wondering if I should just do one more print, and then we can start talking about the probe as well, about the drone as well, about Wally. I have probe in the brain. Which side did I spray the adhesive on? I think it was this side. Yeah, I used some 3D lac on my bed. I used 3D lac on all my print beds. There we go. Okay, we're going to do that one more time with tension belts and just see if that makes a bit of a difference. And oh, actually, no, I'm going to stop. I want to pause her. Let's just stop that. I want to change the slicer shedding slightly. Slightly change the slicer shedding. Hey, Brent Ferguson. You like to comment? You saw the Wally. That looks fun. It does look fun. It's going to be a fun build. And Brent, we have Barbie printing. So that is a huge accomplishment right now, having Barbie printing away. So I was just going to print one more thing, but I want to see. I just want to fix her top layer. And I ripped her out of I call RIP. Keep thinking of RIP software. Yes. Where did Barbie go? Did I throw Barbie out? I threw Barbie away. I'm not going to bother then. No, we got our printing. We just need to do some tuning. We had to tension some belts. Flow calibration is set. We set our rotational distances on the head. So I think now it's just a matter of tuning the slicer to get some better looking prints. That is Brent Ferguson, not to be confused with Frent Ferguson. Oh, yeah. But anybody joining us late that missed it, Barbie's printing. We've printed a couple Barbie names. Okay, and then just a little power thing holder thingamadig test. Prints look terrible because we had to do some tuning on it. The belts were loose. All the belts were loose. So that's going to account for it. And then the top layer was terrible, but that's a slicer setting. And we just need to fine tune a slicer and get a good profile for the Tri-Zero. I'm using the same profile as for the Zero or the Trident, and just dummying it down for the size of the Tri-Zero. So there we go. Okay, guys, let's go ahead. Let's move Barbie aside. Is she cooling down? Is your hot end cooled down yet, Barbie? Yeah, you have cooled down. Barbie has cooled down. Terrible print is still a print. We're making progress. Brent, it's true. It's a print. And I guarantee I could show this print to my family and friends and they'd say, oh, that is nice. Because they don't know they don't know that the top layer is crap, and they don't look at the Z banding and they don't look and say, oh, gee, your flow calibration's off by 0.06. But, I do. But no, a print's a print, and it's not the ugliest first print on a printer I've built before that I've ever seen. It's actually not bad, considering all the hassles we've had. I still am not a fan of the poke probe on this. I'm still going to consider along the lines of modifying the hot end slightly so I can put a beacon probe. It might be overkill, but the poke probe's working. But as you saw, it took around, in order to do the Z tilt adjust, it went around about 12 times just to do the Z tilt adjust. But that's a lot to do, I think, too, with the fact that it was probing with a hot end, up at full 210 degrees with oozing filament. So I think if I can get the macro, change the macro or the start G code so that we probe with a cooler hot end, 150-degree hot end, so we're not oozing filament, I think that might be part of the issue. So, but we got it to work. That's the main thing. Hello from 3DT Printing. Ladybug 198331. Hello. Okay, so Barbie is in the house. Maybe what I'll do is just start another print on her really quick here and have it printing while we're talking about the Droid build, because we're only not even an hour into the stream right now. So let me start another print of some sort. I don't know what yet. I'll find something real quick here to print, and then she can be printing while we're talking about things, and then people that have come on that didn't know that Barbie was printing yet can see Barbie printing. So I am going to go and find a print. Let's see. What do I have in my arsenal right here? Let me see. And in the meantime, you guys talk amongst yourselves in the meantime. I'm going to look for a print. 3D models. Mostly what I have is War-on part models. I don't, let's see, STL files. Flexi Factory. Let's see what I have from Flexi Factory. Anything that's not overly huge, or I could actually just Flexi Factory Baby Yeti. Hey, let's see what that looks like. Baby Yeti. I could scale it down. Baby Factory Yeti Christmas hanger. Let's see. Baby Flexi Factory Christmas Yeti hanger. Let's see what that is, just for fun. I could scale it down. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's scale you down to 50%. Oh no, maybe even 75% might work. Oh, it's a little bit big, so let's go 60%. There we go. Okay, I'd show you, but I can't share this particular screen at the moment, but I'll show you when I go to slice this. So let's just do some quick slicer settings. So we're going to move you over there, and then I'm going to do some quick slice settings here. Give me 1 second. We're going to do 3 loops, 4 and 3. We're going to do a 15% infill. I like to do myself. I'm a gyroid fan. And speed. I want to see my top surface speed. That's why our top surface speed is too fast. If I'm being honest, I don't like it at 100. I'm going to slow that down to 50 for my top. And I think that's why Barbie looks terrible. Her top surface speed was just way too fast. And here we go. And let's slice this and see how long of a print this would be. We need slicing music, right? My computer is a little bit slow, but I got a lot of things going on it. We have 70, 80, 90, 168 layers. Oh, it's only a 2-hour print. That's not bad. And I'm going to go print, and I'm going to upload the file to Clipper. There we go. Okay. Let me bring you guys back in so I can see what you've been chatting about. There we go. The new probe looks easy to add. Did anyone go to Printopia? Hey, y'all. Oh, hey, SS. Hey, Sissy Kid. Andy Besley. Benchy. I'm not printing a Benchy, Andy. Bite your tongue. I don't print Benchies anymore. I try not to anyways. I didn't go to Printopia. I got to go. I'm hoping next year Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival. So does it have a Revo? No. Joseph, it's got, right now it's got a Dragon because the poke probe that's on it they only had a poke probe designed for a Dragon at the moment. They were working, it said Revo coming soon, but it's still not there. So it's only for the Dragon. Fortunately, I had a Dragon hot end, the new one sitting around. So that's why I did it. So there we go. Barbie always looks better topless. I haven't put it, I may not put anything on her. So let me go ahead and, so what I'm gonna try and print is it gonna show me, it's called a Flexi Factory Christmas Yeti hanger. And I've scaled it down. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to start the print, and we're going to see if good old Barbie here, we're going to let her print while we talk. So here is what I'm printing. Let me find, if I drag this over to this window, and the only reason I can't is sometimes when I drag something over to this other monitor, it doesn't, why did I just drag that over? I dragged the wrong window, sorry. Come on, get out of the way, and you stay right there. Stay right there. I want to drag this over, is what I want to drag over. Yeah, you're not going to fit. I have a big issue with, for some reason on my 2 monitors on Windows, one of them never lets me do things. So, but anyways, here's what we are printing. We're going to print on the Barbie right now, right here. There it is, a Baby Yeti Christmas hanger. It's got a little hook on the head, and it's a Yeti, and it lays flat, and it's from Flexi Factory. So we're going to print that in pink, a pink Yeti. Yes, I said a pink Yeti, and we're going to see how well Barbie handles that, and see what she looks like. Just because 2-hour print, why not? Okay, that's it. That's what we're doing. Dummy 13 prints well on a 0. Dummy 13. I've not heard of Dummy 13. A life-size Baby Yeti, maybe. I should print a life-size Barbie doll in many, many pieces. Are we heating up? Okay, so let's talk about Wally. We'll just let this go. Yeah, we're heating up. It's going to do a 60-degree bed, 210, 215-degree nozzle. Yeah. So here we are. This is the Wally that I think we want to do, that I think I'd like to try. This one here from Mr. Prints on Printables. It's free to download. And let's open this up in 3D Viewer. Is this Wally's, what is this, Wally's head? Oh, that's a piece of Wally. Oh, that's the body back. That's Wally's back. I see. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Cool. And there's Wally's from behind. And I like how he has basically made it look very beat up painted. I'm good at that because I'm a crappy painter. So anything I paint looks beat up anyways. It's perfect. So the color theme is pretty cool. It looks like it's pretty simple, like grays, blacks, and yellows, and some white in there as well. So maybe, you know, doing some of these prints can be used and done multicolor in the AMS. Yeah, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I have enough filament to print the gears, which are going to be the parts that'll be under stress. Nothing else should be under stress as far as this goes. I'm not worried about high temperatures, so the rest of them will be in PLA, but I may just do the gears. Of course, the tracks will be in TPU, and because you want to get grip with that. And the gears, I'll probably see if I have enough Fiberon of one of the Fiberons I've got to do the gears so that we have the extra strength. And if not, I'll do them in PETG. So this is the Wally model. It does have a PDF for the description. I'm going to download that and see if this has what this has as far as, that might not hurt to have that. The PDF will have the electronics wiring diagram on here with all the updates. Okay, that's fair enough. And there's been a lot of updates, it looks like. Hardware and electronics. So he talks about, there we go. There's his hardware list. M3 bolts, nuts, power, paper clips, used as linkages, perfect. high torque micro servo motors, 180-degree range, and he's got links. And a lot of the links, as you say, may go to UK sites, but we could probably find these hopefully on somewhere in Canada. Yeah, this is, I'm not sure where a .tw is. But yeah, all you need to do is look up that sort of type of servo. I know for sure that you can get that, for instance, this one on Amazon. I've seen it. I think I have some that I purchased on Amazon. But I do like the fact that he has given all these links and the hardware list right here. So we need buck converters. Those are easy to get. 12-volt DC battery pack, pretty simple. Servo driver, 16-channel 12-bit PWM servo driver. I don't have that. I'll have to find that. Arduino motor shield. Some of these things I'm definitely going to have to find. And if I do find them in Canada/US, I will share where I find them. And yeah, for the eyes, I took apart some old binoculars that I had lying around. I think that the reflections shine on the lenses really makes the replica seem more realistic. True, Raspberry Pi can be used to add extra functionality, such as the following: allowing the robot to play sounds. So you can use a Raspberry Pi speaker, a USB camera, because I think you can put the cameras in the eyes. Yep. And there's our suggested print settings. Layer height of 0.3, 15% infill with supports for some of the parts. Yep. So some very good information here. Yeah. Let's have a look at the, now let's have a look at the parts. If we go to download, let's see what's involved here. STLs, so he's got STLs for everything. He doesn't have anything pre-sliced for Prussias. So there's a lot of parts. I mean, a lot of parts. And he's gotten the quantity, so wheel back times 4, axle times 4. He's done a great job in specifying how many of everything. There's a lot of parts to print, and you just got to decide which color. All other files, list of parts PDF, so we can download that PDF. Let's download that PDF for a list of parts. And there's a way to download all the parts, isn't there here? I haven't downloaded a whole lot from printables lately. All model files right there, 8 meg, so we can download that as well. A dummy 13. A dummy 13. I'll look at that. I'm going to look at that in a second, Joseph, and see what that is. Your dummy 13 does the dishes but won't clean the counter. Marcel. I don't know if she's watching, but my dummy 13 doesn't do the laundry. I do the laundry. I'm going to get myself in trouble, especially if she watches this back. Let me see here. I would love to print this Wall-E myself, and this is just me, without painting a thing. I don't like painting. I'm not a painter. I'm not talented at painting. So I'm going to do a lot of referencing to the diagrams of Wall-E, like this here, et cetera, and try and print as close to the colors that I want them to be as possible. If I have to paint along the line somewhere, I do have some acrylic paints, but I would rather not paint if I don't have to. There's a lot of makes, 71 makes and comments, 3 remixes. If you want to do a different remix for, Wall-E Enforced Tracks Anti-Slippery Update, Plate Wall-E, I don't know what that is, but you can have a look at these. And if you want to go off and do a different model of your own, that's fine. I think it would just be great that we do it. It's going to be a challenge. I haven't done a droid in 3 years. It's been since I've done a droid, which were these guys up here, and I started with some smaller ones and built these ones up here. I didn't think I was actually going to be able to complete the drink droid, or the Brew 2U it's called, but I did. I just persisted and did it, and with help from the other folks that were in the group, like Jerry and Marcel here, and John Tripod, and who else was in that group, Marcel? That was yourself, myself, Jerry, John, Jason, and Jason was there too. You're still not done the Brew 2U. Oh, okay, I don't. Then you got to finish it, man. It's a great droid. Yeah, Jason was there as well. Jason, tech support, Jason. At least I call him tech support Jason, because he's the one that was my tech support guy many, many moons ago when I didn't know what I was doing. And I still don't know what I'm doing, but I get along. So I'm going to download all his parts, which I think I already did. And then I'm going to see, I would really like to have, I don't think I can download this video. I can actually bookmark it on YouTube. It's the assembly instructions, which are great. And then this came with the PDF I downloaded. So I think that's everything downloaded. And we're going to try to print. We'll try and get as much of the Wally printed this week as we can. And there's no rush. Nothing is impossible. Even the word is I'm impossible. Nothing is, it's true. Nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it. Although, I would say that it's impossible for me to become an astronaut at this point in my life. Right? Come on. It's impossible for me to become a pro hockey player at this point in my life. So, although that's kind of ridiculous. But no, you're right. I started this 3D printing hobby when I was in my 50s. Which basically, and I was nervous as all heck. I didn't know what to do. And then when I got my first Voron kit to build, which was one of these zeros, it was like, what did I get myself into? I have no clue what I'm doing. But there's so many people out there that are like you folks that are willing to help, right? So it's never too late to start. It's really never too late to start anything. I didn't start scuba diving till I was in my early 50s. Right? You're never too late to learn. I can't scuba dive anymore because of health reasons, but I did it. It was on my bucket list of things to do, and I thought, why not? You're never too late to start. So, and yeah, thanks, Dan. I'm glad I got into it too. Dan was a big part. He gave me that little nudge I needed at the beginning. Most of you guys know that story. So, give Elon enough, and you'll be an astronaut. Okay, there you go, big and bad Joe. That's so true. There's going to be a point in everybody's life where if you have enough of this, if you have enough cash, you can do whatever you want, because money can pretty much buy you anything. After all this talking, I just realized I wasn't even paying attention that this guy, she's that's not the right camera. That's the right camera. She's printing away on that little Yeti. The mini Yeti. So we're going to see how well she does. First layer is perfect on this, other than I didn't catch the little snots in the middle, but I'm hoping the two or three layers in, it won't matter. She's printing away at a Yeti. Look at this. I love it. I love it. This is awesome. You're right, Dan. If you would know, okay, take the word idiot out, okay? I said it once and I will say it again. If me with a webcam and mic can do it, so can you. Okay, so take the idiot word out of there. Don't self-degrade. Come on, man. Don't even do it. I know you're joking, but don't. I joke about it sometimes, but you got to stay positive about things. If you do the dummy 13, the top is hard to snap to the bottom. I want to look that up right now real quick. Dummy 13. Dummy 13. If a picture of me comes up, I'm going to be pissed. Dummy 13. If I spelled dummy right, that would be Dummy 13 3D print. Oh, it's on printables. Is that the one? No, that's not the one. This is probably the dummy, but you're speaking a life-size one. So let me look it up on printables. Dummy 13. Dummy 13 life-sized? Nope. Dummy 13 big. No. But we just take any one and no, not dummy 1, dummy 13. Let's see. Female dummy 13, dummy 13 gun. Where's just the dummy 13? There's a dummy 13. I have a feeling that there's probably, let's have a look on somewhere else. Your husband and I own a printing farm. Oh, nice, Ladybug. Awesome. Dummy 13 guitar. You got to print one now too. Just upscale it. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to have to find the ultimate Dummy 13 model. I don't know which one's the best. These look all to be all accessories for it, for the Dummy 13. Dummy 13 staffs. Dummy 13 nunchuck. Look, oh my goodness. Where's just Dummy 13? Dummy 13 period. This one looks good, but this looks like it's just the joints. Okay, we're gonna have to look into this as a fun project. Sousaphone is the designer. Okay, so let's go. Let's search for sousaphone. That's the maker. Dummy 13 sousaphone. If you sort by most downloads, oh, I get it. Okay. Let's have a look. Best match, most downloads, most popular. Dummy 13 printable jointed figure beta files right here. There we go. 17,000 and it's sousaphone. Look at that. Okay, that's the one. Okay, I am going to keep that. Actually, I'm going to download all files and I'm going to just have a look at it. Did I click that or did I click it twice? There we go. Might have downloaded it twice. I might have to do that. Scale it at 100. Okay. Very cool. Makes and comments. Oh, there's a lot of makes. Let me see if there's anybody shows a life-size make. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that's on an escalator. Okay. Oh, that's on a bus or something, on a train. Okay, we will. Ethan would love this. Oh, that's one in a car. Full-size one in a car. 800% scale. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, this is going to be fun. You can pose them anyway, right? Like, this will be fun. Okay, after we do a Wally, we're going to do a group build of a Dummy 13. This is cool. This is cool. I like this. Yeah, I think I typed the maker's name wrong, Kit. I think that's why. Yeah, I typed in phone with a PHONE, and the actual maker's name is FONE, Sousaphone. Let's see if I get a different search result. SOOZAFONE. Still didn't work. Other than she came up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number 7th in line is when you start seeing Sousaphone's builds. Yeah. So, anyways, cool. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do Dummy 13 then. Okay, Dan, time to get some laundry done and get a shower before bed. Thanks so much, Dan. Appreciate you dropping by. Dan, if you want to stick around for another second, if you want to. Anyways, I think what I'll do right now, since we have 30 people on board, let's do a draw. Let's do some filament. Let's win some filament. The trick is to boil the top nudge to connect it to the ball, to connect it to the hips. I'll have to remember that, Ladybug, for sure. I'd be interested in your print. Do you do any videos on your print farm, Ladybug? I'd be interested in looking at the print farm. That may be something I start up one day, but down the road. But it'd be interesting to know if you do actually have any videos on your print farm. You're always down for a drawing. Everybody's down for a drawing. Okay, let me grab my winners list from previous so I don't give away too many to the same person. And let me go ahead and start a drawing. In the meantime, I'm going to open the draw page. I still use the good old StreamYard giveaway thing because I'm just too lazy to set up the Google form docs right now. But this one seems to work okay. Let's do that, and let's go ahead and choose my stream. And let's go ahead and go hashtag Polymaker. Okay, while I write some notes here, you guys are going to go on and type that in the chat for your chance to win a roll of Polymaker. Too bad. Oh, David, don't remind me, David. I know. But I had to get rid of it. I had no choice, David. It was the room. You know, it was the room. We have some changes going on here at the house, and I needed the room. Okay, today is the 29th of September. Okay, now if you've won within the last 6 weeks, you are, unfortunately, I will draw again. And what was 6 weeks ago from the 29th of September? We're probably looking around August 11th would have been the last one, which would be close to the 6 weeks ago. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people not eligible to win, and those 5 people know who you are, but let's just see who wins this one. 32 people watching, 16 entries. Keep those entries coming in. You're going to win a roll of Polymaker filament. The winner will contact me via email. I will then send that winner a link and a code number to get your roll of filament from Polymaker. It's simple as that. And I'm glad to see you here, David. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well, and I hope you're getting healthy. That's what I pray for all my friends on here. And Mark, when did you pop in, Mark? Hello. You've probably just been watching in the background. 17 people entered, 31 people on stream. Let's get that number up a little more. We'll do the draw in about 3 minutes. So 3 minutes. Third rat rig. David, I'm jealous. Are you going to get the rat rig IDEX? Probably not, right? You don't need an IDEX if you have all those AMSs, right? I convinced you to stay. There you go. Am I with Jerry? Who, me? Not with Jerry. I'm on Jerry's streams all the time. Most of the time I'm on Jerry's streams. So those lenses are hard to find. Oh, for the Wally hybrid kit, not hybrid yet. Okay. I loved my rat rig. There's no doubt about it, but I did not have practical space for the rat rig. I did not have practical space for the rat rig. I'm sorry. You have an IDEX kit. You meant IDEX. Okay, yeah. Well, it's kind of like hybrid, right? Sort of. Oh, man. Barbie is printing away. 18 entries, 32 people on stream. You're going to have to say yes, 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 yes if you want to win, because when I do draw the winner, you're going to have to speak up in chat in order to win, because you do have to be on the stream and in chat to win this roll of filament. So, yeah, David, I've seen your videos. You're giving yourself space problems. How many? You have like 100 printers, man. There's a dummy 13 900% on printables. Really? Wow. Let's look at that. Let's look at that for a second. Let's duplicate this tab so I keep that one open. Dummy 13. Oh, 900%. Oh, there, right there. Oh my goodness. It's a girl, dummy 13. She's got boobies. Did I say that? It's a girl, dummy 13. 900%. Holy cow. That is funny. That is funny. Come on, let's get 20 entries, people. 19 people. Hey now, what? I just said the B word. I didn't. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a female dummy 13. Identifies as a girl. Could be. I shouldn't say. Good, we have 20 entries. Look at that. I'm going to enter just for fun, even though I can't win, because I never win draws. Let's see if that actually counts as an entry. It does too. I want to see if I win. Those aren't robot boobs. Those are proton packs. That's too funny. If this is your first time on my channel and you haven't subscribed, shame on you. Get over there and subscribe. Hit that button, because we do stream every Sunday, most Sundays for that matter. And we do give away a roll of Polymaker filament each and every Sunday. 3D&T was the blank screen last Saturday. Was that blank screen last Saturday? You DWIT if you win 2 rolls. If I win 2 rolls, I'm only authorized to give away 1 roll a stream at this moment in time. We will see. We will see. Sissy Kid says we all know females are what keep this world going. Yeah, that's so true. 22 entries, folks. We're going to give it another minute and a half, and then we're going to do the draw. I'm actually going to start a timer on my phone. If I can figure out where my timer setting is, it is rate timer, and we're going to go for 1 minute. No, not 1 hour, 1 minute and 30 seconds, and start now. Then we're going to do the draw. 23 entries, 34 participants. There you go. Polymaker Dummy 13. It will be a Polymaker Dummy, that's for sure. What's the link for, Kit? Let's see. Discord, attachments. I want to see what that link is for. Just because I'm nosy while we wait for the timer to run out. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Polymaker Dummy. I like that. That is cool. Oh, man. I got to do that. Oh. For those of you that don't see this, here's the kit that link. Here's the link that Kit just posted up. Let's see. There we are. There's the link he just put up. That is cool. I like that. That's really cool. A 1000% scale. Woo! Okay, folks, we have another 20 seconds left. We're going to do the draw. We have 24 entries, 36 people watching. I know some people are not eligible to win, and that's perfectly fine. But if you would like to win a roll, come on, you have about 15 seconds to enter. Hashtag Polymaker in chat. The googly eyes. Oh, listen to that. There's our timer. Can use it in carpool lanes. Oh, you know what? I would love to have that for a carpool lane. Okay, we're going to do the draw. Polymaker free roll of filament giveaway. Good luck to everybody that's entered. We have 25 entries, so we're going to draw in 10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 0. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Tonight's winner is, drum roll, Jeff Thorson. Jeff Thorson, congratulations. Jeff Thorson, roll of Polymaker filament. Congratulations, Jeff. Speak up and say something. Say hello. Say Yahoo. Say everything. There you go. Look at that, Jeff. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to put my email in chat right now. DWIT3D, not 3C, DWIT3D Canada at gmail.com. Go ahead and pop me an email tonight, Jeff, or tomorrow, and I will probably likely in the morning send you a link and a code to claim your free roll of Polymaker filament. Congratulations. Congratulations. And I want to thank everybody for entering, and thank you, Polymaker, for making these draws possible. I do appreciate Polymaker. They are a partner of my channel, and they are great, and it's one of my go-to filaments. here on DWIT 3D Canada. Richard McLean, hello from Las Vegas. Can I be DWIT 3D USA? Hey, you know what? You just changed your name to MakerMind Nexus, though, Dan, from DB3D. So if you want to be DWIT 3D USA, you can. Do you know what DWIT stands for? Does anybody actually know what DWIT DWIT stands for? That's what I want to know. Ah, Dan, you're going to make me blush. DWIT is kind of a play on something, but hey, almost, Dan, almost. Doing what it takes. Big Bad Joe got it. Doing what it takes. Doing what it takes. DWIT. Building Barbie, I had to do what it took. And that included a lot of stuff. Have I seen the trailer for the wild? I went and saw the Wild Robot, Jeff. We went and saw the Wild Robot last night. What a great movie. Great movie. Now there's a robot I wouldn't mind building too, is the Wild Robot. That guy was so cool. We took Ethan to see the Wild Robot. Do it with Tim. DIWT. Oh, nice try, Brent. So do with it, Tim. Do it with Tim. What else could you use with my name at the end of that as DWIT? Don't wait. No, anyways. But that's a nice try, Brent. That's a really nice try. Okay, wow, we're a little early tonight now. So anyways, anybody that wants to partake in the Droid build, there's no sign up form, there's nothing. I am going to download Don't Waste It, Tim. That good one, there's another good one. Anybody that has, and speaking of Jeff Thorson's little comment there, if anybody hasn't seen The Wild Robot, go see it. It's a great movie. It's an awesome movie. If you can't DWIT, you must acquit. Oh, you guys are funny. Designs with irritated Tim. I have been irritated. You have to check it out. Just watch Harold and the Purple Crayon's a good movie too. Yeah. Don't wear interesting wigs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I digress. So this week I'm going to start. I'm going to organize. I'm going to download all the files for Wall-E. I'm going to organize the files into folders for specific colors. Especially doing a project where there's this many printed parts, I learned from experience from printing the Voron parts, because you don't want to know how many spare Voron parts I have in bags down here that'll probably just go to nothing. Done with it. So it's not a BioShock Infinite reference, eh? Done wearing interesting Tims. You guys just keep going. So I'm going to sort the parts into folders as far as color of filament and type of filament that I want to print it with. And then I'm going to also try and put together almost like a checklist, maybe a spreadsheet checklist of the bill of materials as far as the hardware and the electronics go that are going to be required for this build. I will, of course, contact the author and say, this is what we're doing. I'd like to take your information, put it into a different format that's maybe easier for people to understand. Am I okay to do this? I'm sure I am. But it's always nice to, number one, give credit to the author, which we will through this series. And number two, just rather than just take what they've done and put it into a different format and say, here you guys, who's going to build it? I'd rather just let them know what's going on. So enough spare parts usually is the impetus and to build another printer. It is, Kit, but where am I going to put it? I do have probably 1, 2, 3. I have about 4 or 5 printers I'm going to sell yet. They're going to go for a steal. And a couple of the printers I'm going to be selling rhyme with Musa. And they also rhyme with Jusa. But I won't say the names of them right now out loud. But I'm going to be selling a couple of those because I just don't use them anymore. And they're going to go for like a deal. I mean, like they're going to go for under $300, unfortunately. But that's Canadian, and no, I won't ship to the US. So we'll see. You got it. Droids will inspire Tim. Yes. DWIT. Brent, I like that. Or you could do droids for the series. It could be droids with impressive Tim, or droids with irritable Tim. Enough for a cup of Joe. Exactly. Oh, sorry, Dan. I can't. It's not worth shipping something like that to the U.S. Really, it would cost more to ship than what I'm selling it for, probably. Will you drive it here then? You pay the gas money. I'll drive it anywhere. You got anybody pay the gas money and or airfare and cargo fees for the airfare if I'm allowed to carry it on, I will drive it anywhere. Who's closest to me anyways? I am in Calgary, Alberta, Alberta is just north of Montana. And I think the closest, if you call it a major city, or the closest place that I know of as far as a place where we would go shopping, would be Great Falls, Montana. So, droids, where is Tim? Keep going, Kit. Great Falls, Montana is where I would be the closest place where I would actually say, oh, let's go to the US and go do some shopping. It would be Great Falls. California, you can be here in 17 hours. Well, yeah. Is the gas money worth it? And you don't even know what I'm going to charge for these things yet, but they're going pretty cheap. Hamilton, Ontario, Stephen Labatt. Hey, I grew up in Toronto, Ontario. I know Hamilton perfect. I had family in Brantford, Ontario. I still do have family in Brantford. I've been to Hamilton many, many times. Many times. Fellow Canadian. Woohoo! Yay! Eh? Sorry. You're probably one of the furthest while staying in the North American continent. Yeah. 200 Canadian or $5 US. That's about it, Dave. Your mom was from St. John's, Newfoundland. Cool. Denver. You bought a car in Calgary and trailed it back one time. Cool. Very cool. I've been to Denver. I've been to I've been all over the States. I've been to a lot of places in the States. How much for gas to Maryland? I don't know. Mark is still in TO. Mark, I know where you are, Mark. Mark and I have been friends for 40 years or something like that. So I know where you are all the time, Mark. There you go. Are you still using a 3D printer, Mark? You've been to 49 of the 50 states. I don't know if I've been to that many. I've been to the Hawaiian states. I've been to Alaska. I've been to, I would say central US is where I've been least, because I've traveled the East Coast down through the East Coast. I've traveled down the West Coast. Yeah, most central, if it even is, it would be Pennsylvania. I've been to Reading, Pennsylvania. Just noticed my shirt. Oh, there we go. Serial killer. Where is it? There it is. And it says, what it says right over here, it says, screams in every box is what it says here. Screams in every box. I got this at a store a year or so ago near Halloween. I wear it all the time now because it doesn't have to be a Halloween shirt. So you're just giving you another reason to go to Canada. Pez Liz is Canadian, K2 Kevin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like Canada. Canada's nice. Mind you, I was born and raised in Canada. Half my life in Ontario and Toronto, and the other half of my life out here in Calgary. So, okay, David, talk to you later. Thanks so much. Appreciate you being here. We're going to go for a few more minutes because we're almost finished up early, and we're watching this little mini Yeti print on Barbie, and man, she's doing a pretty good job. You know, it'll be interesting to see how well the joints work for the flexible parts on this. So, yeah. Get out here near Central Texas, and Andrew Humphrey and I will show you around. Oh, for sure, Brent. Yeah. I've been to Texas before. I've been to Dallas. I've been to Houston. I've been to Corpus Christi. Where else have I been down that way? Yeah, years ago. We're speaking years ago, though. Okay, take care, Dan. Thank you so much for sticking around that little extra time. You know I talked you into it and so forth, but hey, thank you so much. And DWIT 3D USA, hey, it's all yours, man. It's all yours. Love to partner with you, my friend. Your hubby is on my live. Who's your hubby, Ladybug? Do I remember that trip? I remember all the trips we did, Mark. I remember the trip on the Vespa with the broken down Vespa in Athens, Tennessee. Couldn't forget all that stuff. You missed me at Earthtopia, aka 3D Printopia, maybe next year. I want to get to the Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival next year, is what my goal is. We're in a situation now where I may be able to do that. I just need to find out when Remurf is, and because that's the closest to me. Because that's Denver, is it not? Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival takes place in Denver, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that is the closest. Me, LOL. Oh, your hubby, and she said you were live. Oh, your hubby. Okay, so Ladybug is 3D and T printing. Oh, right. Okay. I'm. You guys were on Jerry's stream at one point too. I remember you guys now. Loveland, California. Is that where the Remurf is? Loveland, California. Cool. Loveland. Yeah, the fireworks were good, Mark. I remember all that. We used to do some stupid things when we were younger. And I'm speaking younger. So Loveland, California. Cool. I will I'm pretty sure it was April, wasn't it? April or something like that for the Remurf? April or May. But that's lots of time to plan for it. And as soon as I know a date, I will go. Now, I probably won't go as an influencer YouTuber, like with a table, or maybe I don't, because it depends. If I drive down, maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring a few things. Maybe Barbie can come along, or I don't know. Maybe I'll have a little table. But I really want to go down because I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years. How long have I been doing this? 4 years. 4 years this November. 4 years this November, and I want to meet some of the people. I want to meet some of you guys that go to this that are on chat. I want to meet some of my other fellow YouTubers. So. End of April, beginning of May. They will announce around December. Perfect. After Smurf. Okay. Yeah. But I think Remurf is the one I've got to go to because I think I can drive down there probably 12, 13 hours of a drive, which isn't so bad. I mean, a day. I would even do an overnight trip for it or something like that. You will not be a vendor at Rep Rap. You were at Printopia. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if I would grab a table. I wouldn't have much. In other words, I could bring a banner down, give out some stickers. I want to do some maker coins by then. I want to do those maker coins that people are doing right now. Maybe a table, just, more so just, hey, this is me, this is DeWitt, take a card, take a sticker, but I'll be wandering around a fair bit or something like that. So we met around 1977, 72. That's about right, Mark. Yeah, I would have been 15 years old in 1977. That's about right. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Are there any fests in Florida? I don't know. You did Wexter models. Oh, okay, cool. Are you guys going to be at Remurf next year? Or do you go to Remurf? Remurf is the biggest, and Remurf is the newest too, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. You got stuck at the booth both days, didn't get to see much. Okay. Lee Marie did a walkthrough. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is I want to go around and meet everybody, but that's why I would probably, if I had a table or a booth or whatever, I don't even know how much it costs to have a table there, but if I had a table or a booth, I would maybe bring a couple of the things I built, which is not a big deal because people build better, and then some stickers and stuff, and just have it partially manned, partially unmanned, because I do want to walk around. I've never been to one of these events. I've been to maker fairs, but these Rep Rap festivals are so much different. And I would just be like in awe walking around this place. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be stuck behind my table. So cool. Yeah, definitely Remurf. I've got to do it. And, you know, it's a possibility. It may be less expensive and more economical for me to fly. So we'll see. And if I fly, I'm definitely not going to have a table because I'll just bring down stickers and stuff and such. So yeah, I'm excited. They look fun. You know, for the past 4 years, I've been watching the videos of them after the fact of all these Rep Rap festivals going, and just seriously feel it in my heart going, man, I wish I could come to one of these. And next year is going to be the year. It's got to be for me. So definitely. And my wife is in full support of me going. She wants me to go to one, and I think it's number one going to be good for me to meet people. Number two, I think it'll be great for me, great for my channel to get down there and give my channel some exposure at one of these events. Stephen, I don't know. They didn't invite me 2024. They didn't invite me this year. I'm going to see what happens in 2025 if they want me to be there or not. But I didn't get an invite this year to go, so don't know about that. But the Maker Faire I did do in 2023 in Calgary, it was great. I enjoyed it. You did Remurf as a bystander and fell in love with going. Yeah, okay. Table at the 3D Printopia, great event, but really missed the walking around and talking with people. That's the thing. It's the socializing and networking that I want to go for. Socializing, networking, and giving DWIT 3D Canada some exposure. So there's usually a presence at Maker Fairs, though this year's presence was less than previous years. Yeah. Marketing. Yeah, exactly, Ladybug. Marketing. I want to market DWIT 3D Canada because I haven't grown much, but I think now that I'm going to get out of the builds and get more into the Droid series, building a dummy 13, and doing streams and videos on stuff like that, maybe gain some more interest in the channel. You're not the originator of that Florida event joke. I think it was fun. Oh, is that a joke? I don't know. That went way over my head. So, okay, folks, listen. We met Gabe, the creator of Dummy 13. He signed our dummy. Oh, that's incredible. That's cool. If I do a Dummy 13 model and I have it ready for Remurf, I would definitely bring it. If I drive, it would be in my passenger seat. So we'll see what happens. And then also, then I would be, would I not be kind of obligated to build a Death Racer too? I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it. Here, let me just give you a quick update on what's happening on Barbie. There's what Barbie's doing. That's how far she's gotten so far on the mini. Oh, I just put my finger under the hot end on the mini Yeti, Christmas Yeti. So we'll show you the finished product next week when she's done. It's got about another hour and a half or so to go on it. So, but it's working. It's printing. It's great. I'm excited that Barbie's printing. She's doing so good. So, we are LOL Death Racers BTT kit. Oh, I want to get one of those kits when they're available in Canada here. So anyways, you guys have a great week. I'm going to get going and start planning this week of the Wally build. You guys, anybody that wants to partake, go ahead and do it. Next week, we'll talk about who's going to actually build a Wally along with me. And if you have the capabilities, a microphone and a camera, and you want to pop on my stream while we're doing the build and just discuss what's going on and everything, everybody's going to be welcome to do that. So, but we'll follow up more with that next week. I'll have some printed parts possibly to show off, and we'll go from there. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate everybody that comes on my channel, and you guys are all incredible. And glad we got Barbie printing. And I'm glad we're going to start something new, and I'm super excited. Now you guys got me all stoked about going to Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival. So it's going to happen. It is going to happen. It's just, it's got to happen. So everybody have a great week, and we will see you guys all next Sunday. Okay, take care. Bye for now.